Hi, Cynthia. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. We're gonna do a few assessments just to see where we're at with different areas. If at any point you need to take a break, please let me know. Before we start, do you have any questions?
Nope, no
Okay,
questions.
okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Are you able to see the image in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, and are the pictures on the Zoom meeting where our faces are there, is that blocking the image at all?
No.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm just gonna have you look at this picture and look at everything that's happening and then tell me a story about what you see. Tell me the story with a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Mm. There's firefighters, um, girl, the girl lost her cat. Um, there's the girl lost her cat. The cat is on a branch and the dog is barking. I see a tool on the floor. It's a ladder. It fell. The dad is on the branch, can't come down. So firefighters were called to come help get the cat from the branch on the branch, the tree. That was, that's it.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna stop my share. Good work. We are going to move on to the next assessment. Okay, our next assessment is the communication participation item bank. And so I'm going to read the instructions for you. So the following questions that I'm going to show you describe a variety of situations in which you might need to speak to others. For each question, please mark how much your condition interferes with your participation in that situation. By condition, we mean all issues that may affect how you communicate in these situations, including speech conditions and other health conditions or features of the environment. If your speech varies, think about an average day for your speech, not your best or your worst days. Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so Cynthia, are you able to see the image on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, and our faces are not covering anything, correct?
No.
Okay, so as you can see here, I'm going to pose a question to you, and you're going to have an option to choose how well you relate to that question. So, is it very much, quite a bit, a little, or not at all? And you can see numbers with each of those answers. So, you can either click down on the screen to enable your cursor to move your cursor over the answer that you want me to notate on my form. Or you can show me with your hands. You can show me a 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, or you can just verbally let me know what your choice is. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go through this first one. So, how much does your condition interfere with talking with people you know? Is it not at all? 3, a little? 2, quite a bit? 1, or very much? 0.
Mhm. 3.
3. Okay. Thank you. Got 3. How much does your condition interfere with communicating when you need to say something quickly? Not at all. 3. A little. 2. Quite a bit. 1. Very much. 0.
2.
Okay. 2. and that's a little. Okay. How much does your condition interfere with talking with people you do not know? Not at all, 3, a little, 2, quite a bit, 1, or very much, 0.
1.
1, so that's quite a bit. All right. How much does your condition interfere with communicating when you're out in your community, such as when you're running errands or going to appointments? So is that not at all, 3, a little, 2, quite a bit, 1, very much, 0.
2.
2. 2. Okay, so 2 is a little. How much does your condition interfere with asking questions in a conversation? Not at all, 3, a little, 2, quite a bit, 1, very much, 0.
3. 2.
Okay, so just to clarify, so you're saying 2, a little.
Yes.
Okay. How much does your condition interfere with communicating in a small group of people? 3, not at all, 2, a little, 1, quite a bit, or 0, very much.
1.
1. Okay, so that's 1, quite a bit. How much does your condition interfere with having a long conversation with someone you know about a book, movie, show, or sports event? Is that 3, not at all, 2, a little, 1, quite a bit, or 0, very much?
2.
2. Okay, 2 is a little. How much does your condition interfere with giving someone detailed information? 3, not at all, 2, a little, 1, quite a bit, or 0, very much?
1.
1. Okay, so just to clarify, so that's 1, quite a bit. Okay. How much does your condition interfere with getting your turn in a fast-moving conversation? 3, not at all, 2, a little, 1, quite a bit, or 0, very much?
A lot.
A
Very,
lot.
very much.
Okay, very much. So that is 0, very much. Okay, our last one. How much does your condition interfere with trying to persuade a friend or family member to see a different point of view? 3, not at all, 2, a little, 1, quite a bit, or 0, very much?
0. Very much.
0. Okay, 0, very much. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we're going to move on to the next assessment. Okay, so this next test, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Cynthia, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, and our pictures are not in the way of you seeing anything, correct?
No.
Okay, so this next test is called the Philadelphia Naming Test. I'm going to ask you to name some pictures. A picture will appear on the computer screen. Your job is to name the picture as soon as you see it. Please use only one word. All right, do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay.
Wagon. Monkey. Spoon. Bracelet. Ring. Mm,
Can you say that again for me?
Ring. Hammer. Headband. Mm, Ghost. It's a bird. It's a turkey. Hat. Pumpkin. Baby. Mm. Sirs. It's like a house. Mm. Tent. A rodent. Feet. Mm. Candle. A leaf. Mm. I don't remember.
Okay. Um, just try your best. Let me know if you want me to move on from this or if you still need some time.
Move on.
Okay.
Mm. Bread. Owl. Mm. Girl. Clown. Water. Hose. Hose.
Just to clarify, you said this one was
Hose.
hose. Okay.
Kitchen. Mm. It's a fruit. Um, mm, it's a berry. Calendar. A bus. Sock. Dice. Bag. A basket.
Okay. Good job. I'm going to stop my share and we are gonna move on. Do you need a break or anything? Or are you ready to move on?
I think I need a little break.
Okay, we'll take a break. Okay, now that we've had our break, we're going to move on to a questionnaire that assesses how your life has been following aphasia. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to ask you those same questions. I just want to make sure that none of the images are blocking your view of my screen. Can you see everything?
Yes.
Yes? All right, here we go. So, we would like to know how you're doing with activities or feelings that can sometimes be affected by stroke. Each question will ask about a specific activity or feeling. For each question, think about how you have been in the past week. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so the first set of questions asks about how much trouble you have had with daily activities. So you can either verbalize or again, you can click on your screen and move the cursor to the answer that you want to choose. So this first one, during the past week, how much trouble did you have tying your shoelaces? So you can see this red X right here means that you couldn't do it at all, couldn't tie your shoelaces at all. Then you had a lot of trouble tying your shoelaces, some trouble tying your shoelaces, a little bit of trouble tying your shoelaces, or the screen check means that you had no trouble at all tying your shoelaces. So how did you feel during this past week about tying your shoelaces?
Mm, No trouble.
No trouble at all. So this is like green check. Okay. So during this past week, how much trouble did you have preparing food? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all preparing your food?
No trouble.
No trouble. So that green check mark again. Okay, how much trouble did you have getting dressed? You couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all?
No trouble.
No trouble. Okay. And then how much trouble did you have taking a bath or shower? You couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all?
No trouble.
No trouble at all taking a bath or shower. Okay. All right. So during this past week, how much trouble did you have walking? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all?
No trouble.
No trouble at all walking. Okay. How about this past week? How much trouble did you have keeping your balance when bending over or reaching? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all?
A little trouble.
Okay. A little trouble keeping your balance when bending over or reaching. Okay. How about with climbing stairs? How much trouble did you have climbing stairs? You couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
A little trouble.
Okay, a little trouble climbing stairs. How much trouble did you have walking without stopping to rest? Or I know you don't use a wheelchair, so how much trouble did you have walking without stopping to rest? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little bit of trouble, or no trouble at all?
Mm, A little, no trouble. No trouble.
Okay, just to confirm, no trouble at all with walking without stopping to rest. Okay. How much trouble did you experience this past week standing? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
Mm, No trouble.
No trouble. Okay. And how much trouble did you have this past week getting out of a chair? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
A little trouble.
A little bit of trouble getting out of a chair. Okay. All right. So now during this past week, how much trouble did you have doing daily work around the house? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
Mm, some hard. Trouble. Some trouble.
So just to confirm, some trouble
Yes.
doing daily work around the house. Okay. And how much trouble did you have this past week finishing jobs that you started? You couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
A little trouble.
A little trouble finishing the jobs that you started. Okay. During this past week, how much trouble did you have writing or typing? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
Mm, No trouble.
No trouble. Okay, with writing or typing. All right, how about with putting on socks? How much trouble did you experience putting on socks? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
No trouble.
Okay, no trouble putting on socks. Okay, how about doing buttons? How much trouble did you have doing buttons? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
A little. Little.
A little trouble doing buttons. Okay. How about doing a zip? How much trouble did you have doing a zip? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
No trouble.
Okay. And during this past week, how much trouble did you have opening a jar? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
A little hard.
Okay. So a little trouble opening a jar. Okay. You're doing great. Good job. So this next set of questions asks about how much trouble you have had communicating with other people. Okay, so we want to be thinking about this past week. How much trouble did you have speaking? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all?
A little trouble.
A little trouble, okay. How about how much trouble did you have this past week speaking clearly enough to use the telephone? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
A little trouble.
A little trouble speaking clearly on the telephone. Okay. How much trouble did you have this past week getting other people to understand you? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
No trouble at all.
No trouble at all. Okay. How much trouble did you have finding the word you wanted to say? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
Mm, Some.
Some trouble finding the word you wanted to say. Okay. And how much trouble did you have this past week getting other people to understand you even when you repeated yourself? Couldn't do it at all, a lot of trouble, some trouble, a little trouble, or no trouble at all.
No trouble.
No trouble. Okay. All right, so this next part is about problems or feelings that some people have after their stroke. Okay, so for example, during this past week, did you feel hopeless about your future? So is that definitely yes? So that's going to be on this far end with the X on it. Mostly, not sure. Mostly no. I'm sorry, let me restart that again. So if how often or during this past week did you feel hopeless about your future? So we'd say definitely yes would be on this side with the red X. Mostly yes would be here. Not sure, mostly no, or definitely no would have that green check over. Okay, so can you let me know how you felt during this past week in terms of feeling hopeless about your future?
Most no.
Mostly no. Okay. And I know some of these questions can, cause some emotion, so I completely understand that, but just do your best. We're almost done. You're doing great. All right. So during this past week, did you have to write things down to remember them? So definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mm, Mostly yes.
Mostly yes. Okay, to write things down to remember them. All right. During this past week, did you find it hard to make decisions? Definitely yes. Mostly yes. Not sure. Mostly no. Definitely no.
Most no.
Mostly no. Okay, for making decisions. All right. And during this past week, did you feel irritable? Definitely yes. Mostly yes. Not sure. Mostly no. Definitely no.
Mm, Not sure.
Okay, not sure about feeling irritable. And during this past week, did you feel that your personality has changed? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mm, no.
Okay, mostly no. Alrighty. During this past week, did you feel discouraged about your future? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. During this past week, did you have no interest in other people or activities? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. During the past week, did you feel withdrawn from other people? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mm, mm, Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. And during this past week, did you have little confidence in yourself? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mm, no.
Okay. Is that a mostly no or a definitely no for having little confidence in yourself this past week?
Mostly no.
Okay. Mostly no. All right. Good job. So during this past week, did you feel tired most of the time? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mm, Mostly no.
Okay, mostly no. During the past week, did you have to stop and rest often during the day? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mm, Not sure.
Okay, not sure about having to stop and rest. Okay. And then during this past week, did you feel too tired to do what you wanted to do? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. This last set of questions asks about your family and social life. So, during this past week, did you feel that you were a burden to your family? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mm, Definitely no.
Okay. During this past week, did you feel that your language problems interfered with your family life? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, definitely no.
Mostly no.
Okay, mostly no. And then during this past week, did you go out less often than you would like? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mhm. Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. All right, this is the end of it. So let's get through these last few, okay? You're doing great. So during this past week, did you do your hobbies and recreation less often than you would like? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Not sure.
Okay, not sure. During this past week, did you see your friends less often than you would like? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no?
Most, yes.
Okay, mostly yes. Okay. During this past week, did you feel that your physical condition interfered with your social life? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mm, Mostly no.
Mostly no, okay. And finally, this past week, did you feel that your language problems interfered with your social life? Definitely yes, mostly yes, not sure, mostly no, or definitely no.
Mm, I don't think so.
Okay, so would that be um, a definitely yes, mostly yes, a not sure, mostly no, or definitely no? Which one are you thinking?
Mm, Mostly no.
Mostly no. Okay. All right. So that brings us to the end of our questionnaire. I know that was long. Are you needing, stop my share here. Are you needing another break before we move on to our next assessment?
Mm, Maybe a small one.
Okay. All right. And then we'll come back and do a couple more assessments. All right. Good job. Okay, Cynthia. So our next assessment is the quick aphasia battery. And so for the first parts of this assessment, we won't need screen sharing. So it'll just kind of be us here on our video cams. And then later on in the assessment, I'll have to share my screen for some other things that we're going to look at. But first and foremost, I just wanted to have a conversation with you. I know you had mentioned to me that you are married. So I wanted to ask you about how you met your husband.
Well, I met my husband in school, in high school. Um, we met in Spanish class. He walked in and I really liked him. I told my friend next to me that I wanted to be friends with him. I mean, date him. Um, and yeah, I said hi to him and he sat next to me and he asked to borrow that it's a marker, um, a highlighter. And that's how we started talking. And then we would talk all the time. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend, and that was how we met. We met in high school. We were both 15 years old, and we haven't stopped um, being together since then. And we got married a- about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, almost. Um, and it's been great. He is my best partner. I mean, best friend. And he makes me really happy. And yeah, that's how my husband and I met. And now we live together in a house, and that's our home. And we have one dog. I mean, sorry, we have two dogs. Her name's Maya, and the other one's Lily. And we live very happily. Um, and that's how I met my husband.
Can you tell me more about when you got married?
Yes. So we decided to get married on a random Wednesday. Um, and that's a day of the week. Yeah, Wednesday. We got married on Wednesday. Um, it was kind of a hurry. Only our our parents were there, and our siblings, like our brothers and sisters, and um we had a judge marry us. Oh, and I can't remember the word, but I think it's judge, officiator. She married us. She was a friend, and it was very small and only the closest people, and it was a great time.
Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, we are going to move on to the next part of our assessment. So this is sentence comprehension. Okay, so I'm just gonna have you simply either you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can shake or nod your head to indicate yes or no. So say no, or you can say yes, or you could verbally say yes or no, whatever works best for you. Okay. So I'm going to just ask you some questions and you'll just respond with a yes or no in one of those ways, okay? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Are you a woman?
Yes.
Am I a man?
No.
Do you cut the grass with an axe?
No.
Are babies watched by babysitters?
Yes.
Do you open your door with a key?
Yes.
If you're about to leave, have you left yet?
Yes. No. No.
Okay, just to clarify, that's a no?
Yes. No.
Okay. Are witnesses questioned by police?
Yes.
If I tell you I used to smoke, do you think I smoke now?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. If I tell you I used to smoke, do you think I smoke now?
No.
Are doctors treated by patients?
Ye no.
If I was at the park when you arrived, did I get there first?
Yes.
If you're about to go upstairs, are you still downstairs?
Yes.
Are cats chased by mice?
No.
Okay, good job. All right, so this next part of the assessment is I'm just going to have you repeat after me. Okay, so I'm going to present a word or phrase or sentence, and you'll just repeat after me. Okay, all right. House,
House.
breakfast,
Breakfast.
catastrophe,
Catastrophe.
undetectable.
Undetectable.
The sun rises in the east.
The sun rises in the east.
The ambitious journalist discovered where we'd be going.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. The ambitious journalist discovered where we'd be going.
The ambitious journalist discovered where we'd be going.
Okay, well done. All right, so we're going to do some motor speech movement. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is I want you to move your tongue quickly from side to side. I'll show you just like this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right, next, I'm going to have you give me an ah for as long as you can.
Ah.
Okay. All right, next, I'm going to have you, can you do pa 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 pa?
Pa 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 pa.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna next have you do the pataka, 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 pataka.
Patika, 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 patika.
Okay. Can you say this? Repeat after me. Catastrophe, catastrophe.
Catastrophe, catastrophe.
Okay. And can you count to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so now I am going to share my screen with you for this next part. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Okay, I want to just clarify with you, nothing is in the way. Our screens that show our faces are not in the way of the image in front of you. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you, what is happening here?
Mm, the boy is pushing the girl.
Okay, what is happening here?
The girl is chasing the man.
Okay. So next we're going to move on to picture naming. So I'm just going to simply ask you what these pictures are of, okay? So and you'll just respond with one word. So what is this?
Dog.
What is this?
Pencil.
What is this?
Wheelchair.
What is this?
Octopus.
What is this?
A swing.
What is this?
Elevator. Oh, wait. Um, Escalator.
Okay. So we're going to move on to reading aloud. So I'm just going to have you read these words and sentences aloud for me, okay? You know what? Let me zoom in so you could see this a little better. There we go.
Tin. Dough. Proposition. E- Experienced. Inexperienced. The baby cries in the night. The popular novelist realized why I'd been calling.
All right, so this next assessment is going to be word comprehension. So I'm just going to have you tell me the number of, what I'm asking for. So let's move to, oh, you know what? Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we're going to scroll right here. All righty, so can you show me or tell me the number of lion?
3,
Can you tell me the number for, I'm sorry, one moment. Okay, sorry, some technical difficulties. Okay. Alrighty, so you've told me that lion, I'm trying to move this out of the way. Okay, lion was 3. Can you tell me the number for drum?
5,
How about the number for violin?
4,
And the number for giraffe?
1,
I'm gonna scroll down here. Alrighty. Can you tell me the number for bone?
5,
How about the number for kite?
1,
Can you tell me the number for boot?
3,
And goat?
6.
Okay. So we're gonna stop there. And then we are almost done with our, all of our assessments. Are you needing a break or are you ready to keep going?
I'm ready to keep going.
Okay. All right, Cynthia. So next we are going to watch a video. After the video, I want you to tell me a story about what you watched with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Move this out of the way. All right, are you able to see the video without anything obstructing your view?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Are you able to hear the audio?
Mm. Can you play it again?
Here, I'm going to stop my share again. And I'm going to reshare this time with audio. Let me make sure audio is, here we go, share sound. Okay, my apologies. All right, there we go. Oh, oh no. Let's see what's happening here. Try to fix this video here. Okay, we're gonna try this one last time and see if we can get this working for us. There we go.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go.
Okay, so I'm going to jump over here. Okay, so now using these pictures, can you tell me as much as you can about the video?
Yes. Well, looks like there's a puppy adoption. And the puppy, it goes under the gate or the fence. And I see there's 2 puppies and they're looking at the puppy. The puppy goes to see a farm animal that's a horse.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, and how about now using these pictures? Can you continue to tell me more about the video?
yes. The puppy dog likes the horse. Um, and then the person who has the farm, man, he takes the dog back to its owner, which is a woman. And but then the puppy goes back to the farm, and the man takes the puppy again back to the woman.
Okay. And lastly, can you tell me more about the video using these pictures?
The puppy is looking out the window, and he looks like he's frowning. He looks upset. And then he gets out of the car, and there's horses behind him following him. And the horse jumps over the doors. He jumps over the gate. And then the horse makes it back to the farm. And the woman and the man are standing by the door, by the gate.
Okay. Good job. All right, we got one last one. Okay, Cynthia, so I am going to show you one last picture. Share. Okay, let me move this. It's not in the way. All right, are any our faces, anything blocking your view of the image in front of you?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm showing you some pictures here that tell a story. I want you to take a look at all of them, and then I'm going to ask you to tell me a story with a beginning, middle, and an end. You can look at the pictures as you tell me the story. Okay, so take a moment to look at all the pictures. Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
All right, Cynthia, can you go ahead and tell me a story based on these pictures?
Um, well, the mom looks like the mom is frowning. The boy looks confused to why she's giving him an umbrella. Next, the boy says bye to the mom, but the mom still looks mad and she's holding an umbrella. After that, the boy is walking. It looks like he's walking to school. He has a backpack on. And it starts to rain. And he might get water on his clothes. Then he looks mad. He's walking in the rain and his clothes is getting water on it. He's getting wet because he doesn't have an umbrella. Next, he goes home and mom is upset. She's frowning. She's mad. And the boy is all wet. He's upset. And mom gives him an umbrella because he has an umbrella. And it helps him not get wet anymore. And he's able to walk to where he needs to go. He walks with his backpack and his umbrella in the rain, and he is not getting wet anymore.
Okay. Great work, Cynthia. So I know that was a lot today, but we are finished. So the next time that we meet, I'll go over my assessment findings with you and we can kind of discuss next steps in our therapy. Okay. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No,
Okay. Good work today. I'll see you next time.
thank you.